Earlier in the offseason, New Orleans Saints quarterback Derrick Carr announced that he was dealing with a shoulder injury. And then today, Derrick Carr announced that he is retiring. This does actually do a few good things for both Derrick Carr and the Saints. The Saints have decided that they will not be trying to recoup the $10 million signing bonus. However, they will not be paying him the $30 million roster bonus that was the conversion from his salary. So it basically means that that $30 million no longer exists and does not have to be accounted for over the next couple of years of cap. It does help them in terms of cap. Derek Carr gets just basically $10 million pre-tax, so probably about $6 million after all his taxes and agents' fees to just go and retire. Over his career, Derek Carr played in 169 games, accumulating an approximate value of 119. Now, approximate value, for those of you who follow me from my baseball stuff, is similar to wins above replacement, but not exactly. It tells you the amount of value that the player gave the team, and I do believe that quarterbacks actually get better treatment for that. As Carr went 5-5 with a 67.7% completion percentage in 10 games with 2,100 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions for 150 fantasy points last year. He had 41,000 yards in his career in 169 games with 257 touchdowns. And those numbers would have been impressive in the 90s, even in the early 2000s. But these numbers, they're just meh. And the reason for that is because of the way the quarterback position has evolved and the way that you have the forward pass in the game. Now, Derek Carr was a guy who I enjoyed watching play. He was born March 28th, 1991 in Fresno. He's 34 years old. He was drafted in, 2015? 2014? In second round, 36 overall in 2014. I think he was a really good quarterback who unfortunately in Oakland, and then he played for a couple years in Vegas, and then 2 years in New Orleans. He just unfortunately never really had that supporting cast around him. He did get AAP MVP 3 and AP OPOY 6 in 2016 when he went 12-3 with almost 4,000 yards and 28 touchdowns. His 17-game average is 4,100 yards and 26 TDs. Those are really good numbers. The problem is those aren't good numbers in the context of the modern NFL. And that's something that I have to take a lot of time to reflect on. Because, as you all know, I don't like the forward pass. Those are numbers that I think are just like an amazing quarterback. But they're not. They're really not. And then also, wins being a quarterback stat is not a thing. But he had a decent career. He made a lot of money. I don't actually know how much money he made. Where is that? He made a lot of money over his career. I think he made over 300 million. Control A, spot track. I'm pretty sure he made over 300 million in his career, but I'm not sure exactly how much he made. I do see that he currently has a cap hit of 14 million for the year with a cash total of 10 million and a dead cap of 50 million. I do believe that is to account for the cap the cap stuff from his previous year. So his cap hit this year is going to be 14, 10 million in cash, and his career earnings 195 million. So this is per spot track. So I don't actually know for sure how it's going to affect it. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the cap situation for New Orleans for next year. Right now, 2026. They have negative $38 million in cap space with a $63 million cap hit for Derek Carr if he's a post-June 1st oh dear. But that's as of right now. I don't think that's going to be accurate because I don't think that money has to be accounted for because I don't think it's actually being paid. So that $32 million in cap space next year. So, good move for both parties.
And again, thank you for tuning into the videos. Don't forget that you can also see me on Patreon at Sammy5436, where it's $1 a month. I also am seeable on Instagram at Sammy5436. What? TikTok at Sammy5436. I'm on Blue Sky at Sammy5436, though I don't use that often. I believe I'm on Tumblr at Sammy5436, but I haven't used that in at least a year. And you can find me at my business email, the trapezoidtalks5436 at gmail.com. Any information you need to send to those business emails will be looked at. I generally look at my business email on Wednesdays and Sundays, so just do be advised that I do not always have the ability to respond immediately, but if you do send an email to my business email, and as long as it's not offensive, I will respond if it's something I'm interested in with something positive, and if it's something I'm not interested in, I will thank you for your email and go ahead and say that there may be a future opportunity for us to collaborate if that's something you're interested in.